We're getting ready to take a 2-week trip across the country to check out Wyoming and South Dakota, but first I need to finish one more project in the shop. I need to build a raffle prize to give away at an upcoming event, tied back to my old business. For those who don't know the backstory, this used to be my shop, and these are the kind of vehicles I built. Basically, off road campers. Every year, we attended an event called Rooftop Tent Rally at James River State Park here in Virginia as a sponsor. But since closing the shop 2 years ago, I've gone sort of incognito just as an attendee. This year, I decided to jump back into a sponsorship, and now I need to build something to add to the raffle that's held at the end of the event. I figured a piece of furniture might be a bit much, so I decided to go with a cutting board that I'll engrave with the event patch design for this year. I won't get into the full origin story of all my past businesses or Evolution Woodworks. Maybe I'll do that someday if anyone's actually interested. But the overarching theme was work, work, and more work. Mostly by myself, except for a few short periods when I had employees. No vacations or breaks, more than a long weekend here and there, and that meant we didn't stray too far from home or see anything new. Finally, in 2023, after almost 10 years, the last two completely solo again, running the business, building all the trucks myself, I'd finally had enough. My entire life was building adventure vehicles for others to live the life I wanted to live while not actually living it myself. Something had to change. Let's check in on this build for a minute. Since this is getting engraved, I wanted to keep the design simple with just walnut and maple, so I had a large area for the engraving. And of course, even for a simple design, I have to overthink it a bit and hold myself back from going crazy on the design. Yes, Herb, that works. Just glue it up before you change your mind again. Well, I did change it one more time, but then I got it in the clamp so I could move on. Sometimes simple really is the hardest thing to do. We'll let this sit and get back to it tomorrow. In the meantime, I need to get to work on the patch design for the engraving. I shoot a lot of footage that never makes it into these videos. Some of it's just throwaways, but there's also a lot of behind the scenes, deeper explanations, and more stuff like that that I share with the community over on Patreon. If you're interested in checking that out, I'll leave a link down in the description. With the final sanding done, I took it into the laser to engrave the patch design and the logo. As you might notice, I had to improvise on the patch design to get something a little more suited for the engraving. The original image just wasn't playing well with the laser. So back to the story. After I closed the shop, I spent about 6 months working on building out the interior of the shop you see me working in now. When I wasn't doing that, I was out camping or just driving around in the mountains making videos for those trips. Finally, I traded the truck for the van I'm in now and built it into something a little more comfortable for both of us to live in for more than just a couple days. Since then, we've been up and down the East Coast from Maine to Florida and across the country to Utah and Arizona. Finally, starting to see all the things that we said we would see someday. Now we're getting ready for another trip to see the Tetons, Yellowstone, whatever else we can find while we're out there. So, while I do put a lot of pressure on myself to make this new business and this YouTube thing work, I am taking more time to get out and live life. As much as we can, at least. There's still bills to pay and, taxes. With this one finished and ready for the raffle in October, it's time to get things packed for the trip, so that's going to wrap it up for this one. Thanks for watching as always, and I'll see you in the next one. If the bears don't get me.